Alright guys, this is my second time filming this video. So the first time I wanted to try to do a kind of a springy Easter look, but I've just realized in trying to do that my colors, my colored eyeshadows, I haven't perfected that yet. And I didn't end up liking the footage, and then I tried again the next day, and I don't know if you can tell, I used the washi tape on my eye, right? And it just, for whatever reason, like burned me right here, just on this eye. So here we are again today. We're gonna try out these products again. So I kind of already know how I feel about the products, but there's some things that I want y'all to see. So I'm gonna try out these products and take y'all along for the ride. So of course we gotta start off with some brows. I won't bore you with that, so I'm gonna do my brows and then I'll be right back. Crazy eyebrows are on. They're not perfect, but they will do. We are not going to fuss over them today. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and add some brow gel. Of course, these brows always look a little crazy without product, or without like face product on. I don't know what's going on right here, but that's okay. We'll just roll with that too. So, there's some bougie products I want to try out. Some of this stuff you've already seen in my haul. I'm going to be very light on the eyes because my eyes are still sore from trying to do this video this weekend. So let me go ahead and prime my eyelids. So I've primed my eyelids, and I just wanted to come in and give you a little update on a product. So if you remember in my haul, I had found some makeup brush cleaning spray, and this is what it looks like. I mean, I have some of my brushes now. Granted, I was using colored colors, and they're still pretty stained up, but I know if I wash them, that will come off. So besides that, it's too fragranced for me. Like, you know, these brushes I use that I clean are used on my eyes, and so I just feel like that's gonna be too much of an irritant, so I probably won't use this. I would say if fragrance and things like that don't bother you, this would be a great option. I mean, it did, like on my regular brushes, like this one, I used like a neutral tan color, and it did come pretty clean. What was that? Fuzz. But if fragrance and things like that, and you have sensitive skin, I don't think this would be the best option for you. There are other products out there like this that are, I'm sure, less fragrant. Fragrance usually isn't a good thing when it comes to your facial skin. So that's that. So like I said, I'm just gonna stick to a pretty basic eye today because my eyes are already irritated. So I'm just gonna go in with a fluffy blending brush, and I'm gonna use, the Huda Nude Rich palette, and I'm gonna go, I'm gonna go in with the shade right here, and as per usual, I will put it up in the corner. Just so you know, these don't have shade names. So I'm just gonna go in, and oh yeah, right off the bat there's pigment. There's definite pigment. Yeah, that's so far so good. Now these little palettes are really kind of on the higher price side. ColourPop has some great 9-pan palettes that work just as well. So if you really can't afford to spring, I think these are like 30 something. Don't quote me. I'll put a price up there too. If you really can't spring for something like this. Now, as I've mentioned before, I use Afterpay a lot for a lot of my products. So if you want to try out stuff like this, that it's up in the more higher scale price range, Afterpay is a great way to, you know, kind of build your collection without breaking your bank all at once. So I'm just going to go in with that. I really want to test this out, you know, in more depth, but, you know, painful eyeballs right now. So, but from the performance that I'm seeing right now, let me just, it's blending out beautifully, beautifully. No like issues there. And I've heard these are pretty decent palettes. But again, if you cannot spring for these palettes, ColourPop has a lot of good nude shade palettes for quite a price difference. So then I'm going to just put all over my lid. I'm going to go in like I usually do and put this shade right here all over my lid. Oh yes. So this is like, looks gold in the pan, but when I put it on my eyes, it's definitely more, you can see like flecks of pink in it, so it's definitely more of like a rose gold shade. It's beautiful. I can imagine this would look really good like with a wet brush, but we're not doing that today. This really isn't the star of the show. We're just going for a soft moment today because we just got to. Aren't you glad I'm not wearing something other than my work shirt? I was actually going to wear my work shirt today, but I cooked and I had to take it off so I didn't ruin it. I'm just gonna go in with this like rusty brown shade. This shade's coming off a lot more rust in the on my eyelid than it does in the palette. It's still a beautiful shade. And that's all we're doing to the eyes. Very basic look, but that's okay. Sometimes you just have to have a basic kind of day. So I do enjoy this palette. Like I said, this isn't really the star of the show, but it's a good palette if you want to spring for something and you've been wanting to try it. It's definitely good, but again, there are other palettes that are comparable, so that's my thoughts on that. The real stars of the show here today belong to Miss Charlotte Tilbury. So I had placed an order to try out some of her products, and I'm going to share that with y'all today. I'm trying to find my little tube. So I got, with my products that I ordered, I got some deluxe samples of the Eye Rescue Cream, the Magic Cream, and a cleansing balm. I can tell you right now, this Magic Cream is delightful. Like, I have never like put something on my face and instantly felt my skin morph into something. What I mean by that is just like instant like hydration, and like it just feels good on your skin. Like, and then I was like, okay, well, I really like this stuff. I think I'm gonna go ahead and in a couple weeks place an order for the full-size thing. It's $100. $100. I mean, this cream is magic. It is magic in a delightful little tub. But I don't know if it's elegant enough for me to break down and spend $100 right now. Well, not right now, in a couple weeks even. I just don't know. But I do want to try the Tatcha water cream. So I'm going to go in now with the Eye Rescue Cream. And it's like I want to use this every single day. But I only got, like, this is the sample for the eye cream. But yes, they both feel just magnificent. I don't think my skin has ever thanked me more for that level of hydration. Speaking of hydration, I made a purchase on, let me just start by saying, I am struggling. I'm struggling to stay on a focused track when it comes to trying to lose weight. It's hard. It's really hard. Over the years, I've become more suppressive on, like, my feelings and thought, like, how I feel. Like, sometimes I probably come off really cold. And it's not that I'm cold, it's just I don't like to feel those kinds of feels, so I distract myself with other things like food. So I'm trying to make these steps because it's not something that's going to happen overnight. I'm trying to make these steps to transition myself back to a healthy lifestyle. You know, there's a point in my 20s where I went to the gym almost every day. I ate well. I was in bomb shape. And when I'll put a picture up here. I still had a lot of toning to do, but I still thought I was fat. If I could go back to what was probably like 22-year-old me, and I'd slap me, like, get it together. Because here in about 10 years, you're going to really see what fat is. And I'm not trying to make anybody feel bad for being heavier. Everybody has on their own, you know, plane. And I don't want anyone to feel like I'm being a fat shamer, because I'm not small by any means. But I don't enjoy being this big. I don't enjoy waking up in the morning and my feet hurt because I'm so heavy that walking on them throughout the day and then going to bed at night and finally being off them, they're sore. I don't like not, you know, having to struggle to, like, bend over and do certain things because my chest is so large, because like, one of my heaviest places on my bodies is in my chest. I don't like feeling the shame that I feel when I go on these, binges. I don't know why I wear this, how this got where it went. I just got through saying how I don't like to show my emotions. But it's been really heavy. It's been really heavy. And it sucks because I don't know. Anyways, I'm sorry. I got all off on a tangent and I wasn't trying to go there. So anyways, I'm getting things to try to improve things in my life. And I'm like, this purchase was well worth it. And there are other ones out there like it, but this one just sucked me right in because it came with a fancy little container or holder. So it's one of those jugs that, you know, try to motivate you and you know, get you hyped to drink your water. It's got this as well. The only downside is this part doesn't come off. But yes, I call this my water purse. So today I probably drank half, but you probably see. But I've also filled it up with ice again because I like my water really cold. But yeah, I'm very stoked about this purchase. It's a HYDROMATE. It's the bomb. It's got a little slot here, so if I needed to, if I was like, I don't know what I would put in there. I wouldn't put my card in there because, but yeah, I just wanted to share that with y'all. Back to the program because I got interrupted. Life of a 5-year-old. So, or life with a 5-year-old. So, the first thing I want to talk about is this sponge. So, this is the Believe Beauty sponge, and the reason why I wanted to try it is because I love the Morphe sponge, the red one with the flat, like the straight across top. But I just haven't purchased one yet. Again, I don't know why. So I've seen this a couple times and I really wanted to try it. But I feel like it absorbed most of my product. Like, look at that. So I'm not going to be using that today at all. So on to the star of the show before I got on that little, I don't know what happened there, but my apologies. So, I purchased some Tilbury, as you saw, and one of the things I've wanted to try out for probably years at this point, but hadn't, is the Hollywood Flawless Filter. So, my thoughts on this, it's a great, amazing product. Are there products out there that kind of simulate this? Yes. Because this is not a foundation. I got the shade 3 Light Medium, which I probably would have been fine with a lighter shade, but I purchased online, so it's kind of hard to distinguish your shade online sometimes, because it looks sometimes lighter online, and then when you get it, you're like, oh crap, that's not good. So, just going to go in with my Sassy and Chic sponge from the Dollar Tree that I love so much. Like, look at that. Look at that. And I'm going to set this all in. Okay. So, as you can see, it is blended in. Now, I want to try this under some, like, light, like tinted moisturizer or something that gives me some light coverage, like that Wet n Wild one that I tried. But look at the like glow. Anything looks oily on my forehead, but there's just this beautiful, like, healthy, plump, supple glow that it gives you. So I really enjoy this. This is now second time using it. It's definitely, if your skin is not like perfect, this is not something I would consider wearing on its own. My skin is not perfect, so I will never wear this on its own unless my skin somehow miraculously just evolves into this beautifulness. But I doubt that, because I'm in my 30s. I'm only getting older. My 20s have gone, so we probably won't have like beautiful skin. Like, we can have beautiful skin, don't get me wrong. We can change our skin and make it better, but it will never be perfect. So the next product is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Foundation. Stays all day and night. The packaging is just very luxe. Makes you feel like you are a classy, bougie girl. And I'm not classy. Well, I'm classy. I'm somewhat classy. I'm not bougie. Well, I guess I can be classy and bougie. Look at that. You probably can hear my son because, you know, God forbid I do anything. You know, he's been in the living room watching his shows and stuff since we got home. And I was doing some stuff trying to organize my room and, you know, get it together. And he didn't bother me. But the moment I start filming, this dude wants to start making all kinds of noise. But again, life with a 5-year-old. How's everybody's week going? Even though it's Monday when I'm filming this. Mine's just busy as usual, just never ending. But we did get we are having a new coordinator come in, and she's kind of coming in and kind of getting the feel of everything now. So I got to train her a little bit today. So that was like towards the end of my day. So I just want to show y'all real quick my skin before we move on. Hopefully you can see. Hopefully I'm not too washed out. Let me try something. Okay. Hopefully you can see. I'll find out when I play this back. Right in here, I'm the most porous. It's not so much this side. I mean, I'm porous over here, but this side for sure. So just remember that side, okay? And you'll find out why here in a few minutes. So, next product is the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Oil Liquid Concealer. Now, these are the, like, one of my least favorite packaging components. The packaging itself is beautiful, but the component type with the sponge at the top, I don't like that. I feel like a lot of the product goes to waste in the sponge. But yeah, I also could have gone lighter with this concealer, but you know, like I said, you live, you learn. You order it offline, and I'm too impatient to wait for it to come in again, or you know, get a different shade. So we just aren't gonna be as bright as we normally are, and that's okay with me. So I'm not going anywhere. So the next product, this next product is just as marvelous. Just as marvelous as the magic cream. This product, and I'm going to show y'all on a clean brush, even though it would be the same brush, but I want y'all to see my brush is clean. I don't have, oh, I guess I should show y'all what it is. It's the AIRBRUSH Flawless Finish in the shade 1 Fair. And that looks pretty white, but it's okay. So I'm going to take it right here, and I'm going to pat that in. Y'all, this stuff is freaking incredible. Like, it was not lying when it said flawless. So here is the powder on. I really hope y'all can see that. Like, man, I feel flawless. The next product I'm going to go in with is actually a perfecting powder, but I found a shade that would suit my skin tone. It is the CANDLEGLOW Sheer Perfecting CANDLEGLOW Sheer Perfecting CANDLEGLOW Sheer Perfecting Powder by LAURAMERCIER. So we are going to go in with, I usually don't like using angled brushes, but we're just going to go in and we are going to coat our brush. And we are going to chisel these cheeks. Now this is definitely light. This is definitely for a kind of more of a not as dramatic kind of makeup day. But it's a very beautiful powder. Very beautiful. And like I said, we're not going anywhere. We don't have to be perfect today. It's okay. I'm just trying to add a little bit of something on here. This is not like a full, I mean, it's a full beat, but it's not something, it's more of a casual beat, you know, we're casual today. All right. Bronzer is on. It's definitely a very light kind of contour moment, but that's okay. Okay, so if you haven't noticed, my new brushes came in. And these are the poolside, no, I'm lying. The festival, Midnight Festival collection from BH Cosmetics. I also got the Poolside collection because they had a bunch of their brushes on sale. They have gone up in their prices over the last probably year or two, just because, you know, there's more people, you know, putting it out there, and yeah, so they've definitely raised their prices. So I'm going to go in with that Natasha Denona blush, and we are going to flush up our cheeks. This blush, y'all, she's expensive. She's expensive, and I'm glad I won it in a raffle. Or I didn't really win it. I said this before. It was passed on to me from the winner of the raffle. But this blush is so pretty. Like, this almost gives me like pale Luminoso vibes. Like, more of like on the pink side instead of like the peachy side. But the glow, it's just beautiful. Like, beautiful. My skin's glowing, period. So those are the products that I wanted to try out and show y'all. I didn't put the Charlotte Tilbury in the haul video because, let me spread my face. Let me quit talking real quick. I just topped it with the E.L.F. Dewy Setting Mist. Because I didn't want to film a video just showing off a Charlotte Tilbury haul. So, I just wanted to, you know, try out these products for y'all. You know, me, I personally lean towards more affordable makeup, because that's what I can afford. But who doesn't want to try out some fancy luxe makeup? I am very impressed. My skin, you know, I will say the foundation, the Flawless foundation, it's not like super full coverage, but it sits really well on the skin. If I were to purchase anything from what I've just showed you, if I had to purchase these items again, or if I would probably purchase some of these again. First things first, I would get that magic cream, because who doesn't want a magical face? I do. Second would be that powder, because the blurring properties on that powder, I mean, you can still see texture and you can still see some pores, but smooth pores, if that makes any sense. It's bomb. I wouldn't purchase the concealer, nothing against it. It's just, it's the foot for me. It's the applicator for me. I just prefer to be able to, you know, the doe foot applicators. I mean, there's product that gets lost on those too, but not as much. I feel like a lot of product would get lost in that. So I wouldn't be purchasing that. The foundation, I still feel like I need to try it out a few more times to really determine if I feel like it's worth purchasing. Not that it's not good, but I feel like as of right now, I have drugstore. As of right now, I have drugstore foundations that I feel are a little bit better. It's a great foundation. It's nice, but if I can find something better in drugstore, I would rather purchase the drugstore, you know, as opposed to this. Yeah, so overall, the Huda Beauty palette, it was beautiful. Again, there are comparable eyeshadows, and like ColourPop and whatnot, but overall, good products. So, I appreciate you guys for watching. Thank you so much for supporting me as usual. Sorry I didn't have a video up today. Sometimes you just have a day. You have a day where it's just not working out. So, you take a moment, step back, and here we are. So, again, I hope you guys enjoyed. And I was trying to figure out what this was. It's like, what is that? But I will see you guys next time.